Hi, I'm Ian Stokes, host of LBU Global Voices, and I'm sitting down with Freyja today to talk about well-being.
Hi Ian, thanks for having me. So as you say, my name is Freyja and I am the school-based wellbeing practitioner for the School of Sport and the School of Education, and I work for student wellbeing.
So what well-being services does the university offer?
We've got three main offers, I guess. So the first one is counselling, and that's short-term counselling, and students can access up to 6 sessions of counselling depending on need. So you might just have something might be resolved with 2 sessions, 3 sessions, but you can have up to 6 if you need to. We also offer mental health support, and the type of support we're offering for students with mental health difficulties is changing at the moment, but that's going to go to a 4-session model, and that's about supporting students to access the right services for their specific difficulties. So that might be accessing the community mental health team, or an eating disorder service, or a drug and alcohol service, that sort of thing. And then there's my role, which is the school-based wellbeing practitioner role, and there's 5 of us, and each of us are linked to 2 academic schools. So my school's a sport and education, as I say, and we have 3 functions in our role. So we deliver psychoeducation to students as part of timetabled work. So I wouldn't lecture, but I might give you a talk about anxiety or managing panic or something. We also support staff who are perhaps worried about their students, and we might also work with students who, for whatever reason, might struggle to access the counselling or mental health support.
So there's a way for, if I'm not sure about what I need, there's people there to guide me to the right resources for me.
Absolutely. So what would happen is you would sign up to the service, and then you're offered what's called an initial consultation, and that's just a posh way of saying you'll have a chat with someone. So that can be over the phone or face to face, and that would be with me or one of my colleagues. And we would have a talk about maybe what's affected you in the past, what's affecting you now, how you've managed before. And then if I was seeing you, Ian, you and I would have a chat about what might best support you. And that might be support from the university, or it might be external support, because we're really lucky in Leeds and there are so many services that can help students outside the university as well.
This is kind of a question coming from an American point of view. If I need some sort of medication, or if I'm even just wanting to get started, would it make sense for me to reach out to my GP?
One of the first things that we tell all our students to do, international or not, but perhaps particularly important if you're an international student, is to register with a GP. And if you're living in Leeds, we recommend that that's a Leeds GP. And there's a few reasons for that, okay? So let's say that you're in Leeds for 3 years, and during that time you might need, some blood tests, or you might need an X-ray, or you might indeed need some talking therapies, some counselling. You can only access those services in Leeds from the National Health Service, from the NHS, if you are registered with a GP in Leeds. So you can only access services in Leeds from the NHS if you're registered with the Leeds GP. So aside from mental health, it's important for your mental health as well. But if you need any medication, any blood test, anything like that, you need to be registered with the Leeds GP.
Let's say I'm a student and I'm not sure my problem is serious enough. Should I still reach out?
We absolutely want to support you, okay? And we've already talked about the challenges that might face international students, yeah? So for a start, we're quite bad at judging how serious something is. We often downplay our own needs, don't we? And we think, oh, well, so there's that. But also, we would much rather meet you, both for your sake and for ours, we would much rather meet you at a point where it hasn't perhaps got out of control, where you're not feeling really bad, or it hasn't got a lot worse, because we can help you better at that point. Or if it's not kind of serious enough, if you will, we can direct you to somewhere else who can support you with your difficulties. But we'd much rather see you and help you than for you to wait to your 2nd or 3rd year, maybe when you're really struggling, when you're really finding it hard, when you're thinking about dropping out. We'd much rather help you early on than wait until those really difficult times, you know?
All right, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for sitting down with me and telling me about well-being and support.
That's my pleasure, Ian. Thanks so much. Take care.